Shalom, it's the brother Azariah, back again with another lesson through the spirit and power of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Rakah Kadash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Peace and blessings to the sincere believers, the hopeful elect of Yahweh by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, and diligently laboring in His truth and all righteousness and sincerity. So back with a couple more things in the news that's going on worldwide. And I'll start here. NATO in race against time to prepare for Russia war. Report. So we see, we've been seeing all this year, all of last year, that the tension for war within the earth has been significantly heightened. All right. And we know America is involved. As a matter of fact, has instigated many conflicts around the earth. Ukraine being one of them, Israel, Palestine being another one, and also soon to come, the war with Taiwan and the South China Sea. So right now, Russia says they are hastening war against Russia. So this is inevitable. And when you read the book of Ezekiel 38, it tells you that all these nations would gather together for war. All right, Gog and Magog, Meshach, and Tubal. Okay, so the Lord has a spirit in the earth of war. Though the scriptures say it's a time for peace and a time for war, well, this is clearly a time for war. And let me get this in Proverbs 21, okay, because the Lord is really the one that has these nations in this spirit. And it's not going to die down. You just had, Xi Jinping, the president of China, right? He just went to San Francisco, I believe, last week and had a meeting with Joe Biden. So these nations, they trying to do things to lessen the threat of nuclear war. But at the end of the day, this is all the Lord's will. So there is no dying down. There is no trying to get around prophecy, man. It is what it is. Proverbs 21:1. The king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. As the rivers of water, he turneth it whithersoever he will. Every way of a man is right in his own eyes, but the Lord pondereth the heart. So the scriptures say the king's heart is in the hand of the Lord. So the kings of NATO, the European nations, they have it in their mind that, we need to ramp up our military aggression because they understand that a war against Russia is inevitable. Now, do these nations really want war? Esau wants war because that's his blessing. His blessing was the sword, and that's what he would live by. But they don't want nuclear war to break out because everyone understands that if there's a full-on nuclear war, that nobody wins. So that's what they're really trying to mitigate, but it's going to happen anyway to fulfill prophecy. So let me play this. All right, so you can see that NATO, they're like, we need 6 to 9 years to prepare for this Russia war. Well, the reality of it is, it's going to happen a lot sooner than that because the rulership of the heathen ain't got another 6 and 9 years. See, all what you seeing happen within the earth, the beginning of sorrows, the beginning of wars, the birth pains increasing. This signals the end. This is even why the World Economic Forum, Klaus Schwab, they saying that they got to speed up this Agenda 2030 because they seeing all of what's going on in the earth, that their time is short. You know, their time, the sign that their time is short is manifest through the signs of the times. So these devils well understand that they got to get things on and popping right now because they don't have that large of a window to operate within. So while they're talking about 6 to 9 years, hey, look, anything can happen at any given time. They have it in their minds that this is a set amount of time in which we need to prepare and get ready. But the Lord, he can make things happen instantly, you know. Now, of course, we know that full-on nuclear war is not going to break out just yet because the mark hasn't been mandated, and also the elect have not been delivered from the four corners of the earth. So these are key prophecies that need to take place before these nations destroy themselves. So it says here, NATO must become capable of waging a major war with Russia within 5 to 9 years to deny Moscow a window of opportunity to expand its open-ended war on Ukraine into a wider confrontation with the Western alliance. NATO risks having to play catch up with Russia despite Moscow's disastrous war in Ukraine. And despite what they're showing you on the Western media, ever since this war began, Ukraine has been getting smashed by Russia. Russia been running through Ukraine. Why you think Zelensky keep having to go to America and petition to them to send more money, more arms, more troops to aid in this war? Well, because they getting destroyed over there. You see? So Russia, it's only a matter of time before they take Ukraine and they go up into the Baltic states or the Balkans, whichever one it is. So NATO's like, we got to prepare ourselves because this is inevitable. The alliance, the report said, is in a race against time. And indeed, these devils are in a race against time because, once again, the devil knows that he has but a short time, so he's coming down with great wrath. Okay, so these Edomites, they already know what time it is. Once intensive fighting will have ended in Ukraine, the regime in Moscow may need as little as 6 to 10 years to reconstitute its armed forces. Within that time frame, Germany and NATO must enable their armed forces to deter and, if necessary, fight against Russia. Only then will they be in a position to reduce the risk of another war breaking out in Europe. And see, their desire is what? To reduce the risk of another war breaking out in Europe. But what do the scriptures say? The scriptures say that war is pretty much inevitable. You read Joel, the 3rd chapter. Okay, matter of fact, I'll just go there. Because right now the Lord is assembling the nations together, and no matter what they try to do, they can have as many summits as they like. They can have as many meetings as they like, but they're not going to, overcome the will of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Okay, Joel 3:9, proclaim ye this among the Gentiles, prepare war, wake up the mighty men. Let all the men of war draw near. Let them come up. What is NATO saying against Russia? We need to hasten our effort to go to a full-on war against Russia and their allies. Beat your plowshares into swords. A plowshare is what? It's a farming instrument. So the Lord is telling these weaker nations, right, to beat your plowshares into swords. So the time of sowing and reaping and, being in relative peace and comfort is coming to an end. Now, your farming tools are going to have to be made into weapons as your pruning hooks into spears. Let the weak say, I am strong. Assemble yourselves and come, all ye heathen, and gather yourselves together round about, and thither cause thy mighty ones to come down. O Lord, let the heathen be wakened and come up to the valley of Yahweh Shaphat, for there will I sit to judge all the heathen round about. So no matter how much they want to reduce the risk of another war, it is going to happen according to biblical prophecy, because that's why these nations are being gathered together. Okay, and let me get another scripture. Okay, why do the heathen rage? Okay, because these heathens are raging and imagining a vain thing, because their vain imagination is that one of them is going to come out on top. All right, China's vain imagination, they're raging because they feel like they can be the next superpower. Russia, the same thing. America thinks, they going to war to gain more land, more control, and to keep its hegemony over the planet Earth. But what? Psalms 2:1. Why do the heathen rage and the people imagine a vain thing? The kings of the earth set themselves, and the rulers take counsel together against the Lord and against his anointed, saying, let us break their bands asunder and cast away their cords from us. He that sitteth in the heavens shall laugh, the Lord shall have them in derision. So right now, the Lord, he got the nations in derision. He got them in a state of perplexity and confusion. You see, this is why, basically all of them are fighting over a kingdom that, neither of them will get to see. They're imagining a vain thing. All right. So all of this is of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua. And we are in a time where great calamities, sudden calamities are coming upon the earth, and the heathen, they are going to be in a state of perplexity. They're not going to understand what's going on. Let me go here, because this is another reason why NATO is hastening that war against Russia. Major natural gas deposit discovered in western Ukraine. Now, we already know America, they pretty much kicked off. Well, America did kick it off because they just kept provoking Russia to war, because that's what they wanted. Because they was trying to set up, nuclear bases in Russia's backyard. Russia wasn't having it. So now Russia is all up in Ukraine and looking to annex that land back into their territory. Because during the days of the USSR, Ukraine was a part of Russia. So Russia already sees Ukraine as an extension of their land. They pretty much the same people anyway. Same culture, same language, you know what I'm saying? So Russia wasn't having that. So the inevitable popped off. Russia, Ukraine, which really is Russia fighting America through proxy. That's really what it is. Then they had labs over there to where they was, creating all kind of diabolical diseases, biological weapons that they plan to use. They were planning to use against Russia, in different nations, and also to have a military base to which where, they could strike Russia. This is all being brought on by who? By Amalek. All right, the so-called JOO. So truly, as the scriptures say, they are the synagogue of Satan, because their wickedness knows no end. Wickedness don't sleep with these devils. This is why they're not going to stop. They're not going to repent. There is no repentance in these devils. They're going to continue to be what they are, which is the wicked, until the Lord remove them, cut that long disease off. But yeah, they just discovered a major natural gas deposit in western Ukraine. So this is even more of a reason for them to, rage in that land. A large natural gas deposit has been uncovered in the Carpathians at a site previously believed to have been depleted. Ukrainian state gas extraction company, blah, 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 announced on November 17th. According to the report, probing of the well resulted in a gas inflow with a flow rate exceeding 200,000 cubic meters per day. This is the largest gas inflow in the past 20 years in the western region of Ukraine. And this is major for Europe. Okay, this is why NATO, they really about to put it on Russia, or attempt to anyway, because ever since that Nord Stream got cut off, Russia has been, having to find other ways to get natural gas and oil into Europe, because those sanctions that were put against Russia, those are still in place, but since the Nord Stream was blown up by America, Russia has had to find, no, well, not Russia, but yeah, Europe has had to find other means to get what they need. And this is also why I remember a few months back, or last year, I believe, NATO was actually trying to annex Ukraine into the Union. See, so that, if, NATO was to take Ukraine, that will now they have this resource of natural gas. Okay, but this is all really covetousness from Esau Edom, because we know that this devil's, it was prophesied that he would have the fatness of the earth, which includes the resources of the earth. You see, so this man, he is, Esau Edom, he's very covetous, man. You see, no matter how much he get, he cannot be satisfied. He always want more. And the scriptures tell you about that in the book of Ecclesiasticus, or Sirach, the 10th chapter. And I'll read verse 7. It says, "Pride is hateful before Yahweh and man, and by both doth one commit iniquity." So, of course, we know that when you see a reference to the proud in the scriptures, that's mainly referring to Esau Edom, okay, because he is the most proud. All right. This man exalts himself above the Most High. He exalts himself above all creation. All right. He has a God complex, you see. But pride is hateful before Yahweh and man. Okay. And this is what causes this man. This is what drives him to be the devil. Okay. This is what drives him to commit iniquity, commit sin and unrighteousness throughout all the planet Earth. How has Esau gotten his rulership? Through the edge of the sword. Okay. Murdering innocent women, children, men, slaughtering the elderly. And we'll read down, okay, because it tells you, verse 9. Matter of fact, let me get verse 8. It says, "Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is translated from one people to another." So this is why you see Esau's kingdom ending. Okay, this is why you see the so-called white man's kingdom coming to an end, because of what? Unrighteous dealings, man. Okay, you've gone all around the earth and you have deleted people who are not at war with you. You see, you went to all nations and you raised up the sword against those that were at peace with you, and you took and coveted their lands and oppressed the people. See, and the worst offense of all, you touched the apple of the Lord's eye, the Israelites. So that's the greatest offense that you ever could have committed. And this is why you're going to be Obadiah 1:18. After you serve your captivity, you're not going to be, you're going to be in a museum somewhere. Okay. You're going to be a relic of the past. You see, ain't going to be no such thing as an Edomite on the earth no more. Verse 9, "Why is earth and ashes proud?" See, the scriptures say, "Why is earth and ashes proud?" Because man was formed from what? The dust of the ground. So when you break a man or a woman down to their bare molecules, they nothing but earth and ashes. So why are you proud? These people walk around like they somebody. These people walk around like they got some type of power, but really they don't. It's the Heavenly Father, Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, that controls the hearts of men. Okay, that really has the power. You see, there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. Now, what does it mean? Let's go into that word covetous. Okay, because the Lord said that he hate a covetous man. Covet, definition: yearn, to possess or have something. Okay, covetous. Covetous, having or showing a great desire to possess something belonging to someone else. So Esau, okay, he has coveted lands that are not his. He has coveted people that are not his. You see, this is what this man do. But there is not a more wicked thing than a covetous man. For such an one setteth his own soul to sell, because while he liveth he casteth away his bowels. The physician cutteth off a long disease, and he that is today a king tomorrow shall die. So when it's all said and done, when prophecy is all fulfilled, the Lord is going to cut off that long disease. Which who is that long disease? Well, it's Esau Edom. All right, Esau Edom is as a cancer. Okay, the more he spread himself, the worse that the earth gets. Don't it say in Habakkuk that he is as death? Right? The scriptures say that this man is as death. Everywhere he go, death follows him. Wherever there was peace on the earth, or whatever there was any kind of godless, righteousness, hey, Esau came and he took that away and replaced it with his satanic lifestyle. Okay, this is why the earth is in the shape that it's in. This is why all creation is mourning. You see? For Salakia, verse 12, the beginning of pride is when one departeth from Yahweh. And has Esau not departed from Yahweh, not to say he was ever with the Lord? Okay, but his pride has increased because he actually believed that he is above the Most High, and his heart is turned away from his Maker. For pride is the beginning of sin, and he that hath it shall pour out abomination. And therefore the Lord brought upon them strange calamities and overthrew them utterly. Okay, which that's going to be the latter end of Esau Edom. You see, that's going to be the latter end of really all the heathen. Verse 16, the Lord overthrew countries of the heathen and destroyed them to the foundations of the earth. He took some of them away and destroyed them, and hath made their memorial to cease from the earth. You see that? So the point is, the Lord hates nothing more than a covetous man. And since I mentioned the book of Habakkuk, let me go there. Habakkuk chapter. Matter of fact, let me get Micah. Then we can go to Habakkuk. Okay. Micah 2:1. Woe to them that devise iniquity and work evil upon their beds. When the morning is light, they practice it because it is in the power of their hand. And they covet fields and take them by violence, and houses and take them away. So they oppress a man and his house, even a man and his heritage. And is this not what Esau has done throughout the whole planet Earth? Salaki, look at what he did to the so-called Native Americans. Okay, this man came over here, deceived them. Okay, made 300 something treaties with the so-called natives and kept not one. And one thing about it, Esau, he truly is the devil, because when he came over to the so-called New World and he, interacted with the natives, okay, who are Israelites, he spoke with double tongue. He said one thing, but then he did another. And the indigenous nations of the planet Earth, they didn't deal that way. Pretty much in the ancient world, your word was your bond. And people didn't just go around, deceiving one another, because then that would cause envy. Not envy, but that would cause strife. That would cause wars. So people for the most part dealt with each other uprightly. Whatever a man said, that's what it was. So when Esau came over to the New World and started to deal with the natives, they weren't really, familiar with the whole concept of dealing in deceit. You see, the natives said, you want land? Yeah, we'll give you land. You want this, food over here? Yeah, we'll give it to you. As a matter of fact, when the so-called white man showed up, the natives showered this man with gifts. So much to the point where, Esau was, like, damn, they treating us like gods. So it shows you the nature of the indigenous people of the planet Earth compared to the devil, man. Okay, this man will, take your kindness and your righteousness and use it against you. You see? So, hey, man, Esau is truly the devil. Okay, this man is the deceiver. He has deceived the whole entire planet Earth, man. And even going into it, the way that this man oppressed the nations, the way that this man keeps the dark nations of the earth poor, really through deceit and lies. Okay, well, just look at how the West, Europe and America, look at how they was dealing with the African nations. They pretty much, Africa is the richest continent in terms of resources, but yet the people there are dirt poor. Their infrastructure is way behind that of the West. And why is that? Because Esau go into those lands, create propaganda, set up puppet leaders, put sanctions on you and embargoes so that you can't export your goods. He'll go in there and he'll seize the land, bomb you. All right. And then say that you're the terrorist if you speak against it. You see? And Esau, the whole world pretty much has gotten rich off of the labor of Jake. See, but really it was all done through deceits and lies. And this is why the Lord is going to overthrow and cut off that long disease, man. You see? Because for too long the earth has been in the hands of the wicked. And this is why, as it is written, when the wicked beareth rule, the people mourn. When the righteous beareth authority, the people rejoice. Proverbs 29:2. You see? So Esau, he has coveted fields, man, and take them by violence and take them away. He oppress a man in his house, even a man in his heritage. And that's the devil for you, man. All right. That's how this man get down. But now, okay, what is this? So like here. Okay, but now since there's resources more found in Ukraine, this war about to ramp up to another level. Right, another war is coming. Xi Jinping's Taiwan invasion plan includes chilling warning about U.S. attack. Xi Jinping's plan to invade Taiwan includes a chilling warning about attacking the United States, a foreign policy expert has claimed. The Chinese president, who recently returned from a visit to San Francisco, is expected to have the capacity to annex the island nation by 2027. However, foreign policy hawk Gordon Chang suggested an attempt to subjugate Taipei would result in an all-out global conflict, which is what? WW3, which is biblical prophecy. See, this third world war must come to pass. It's not about the time frame with this can happen in 5 to 10 years. Nah, man, this thing could pop off next month. Because once Esau roll out the MOTB, the last major prophecy left is that of World War III. Then, of course, we know that Yahushua and the angels is going to return in the midst of it and deliver the hopeful elect. All right. So we already know how all this about to go down. But the point is, man, these nations are set up to be in a spirit of war. It's pretty much one set against another. Satan's kingdom divided, because you got to keep in mind, all these nations came together and conspired to take down the Israelites. All right. The so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, they all came together and conspired against us. So what the Lord is doing to them now is he's creating confusion amongst them so that they can destroy themselves. Okay. This is why, Jake, I seen a post where Kyrie, he was wearing a Palestinian garment. And, it's like our people still to this day don't get it, man. What these nations got going on, it don't have nothing to do with us. Jake just need to mind his business, because at the end of the day, the Lord is the one that's putting these nations in the spirit to be one against another. That's what's going on in the land of Israel with them small hats and the Palestinians. That ain't got nothing to do with us. That's not neither of their land, and neither of them are our people. So, Jake just need to learn at this point to not try to fight other people's battles, man. Of course, it's understandable that, we can relate to some degree of what's happening to the Palestinians, because Esau has also done it to us. But at the same time, we ain't got no dog in that fight. That's between them. Yeah, so, hey, it's all about to go down in the South China Sea, real soon. Like I said, hey, Xi Jinping was just in San Francisco last week. So the fact that, you know, they keep on talking about this Taiwan, South China Sea, that they're looking to take back Taiwan. Hey man, this thing about to go down sooner rather than later. Okay, Israeli president issues warning. We are at deciding moment in world affairs.
Herzog wrote a letter to the presidents of American universities, urging them to fight this rise in anti-Semitism happening on campuses. An excerpt reads, "At stake is whether the enlightened world will defend the basic norms of humanity or choose to accept, even support their violation. This will either be a teaching moment that moves us toward constructive action or a moment of irreversible decline. Your choices now will shape history and will be remembered." President Isaac Herzog joins us now. President Herzog, thank you and welcome to the program. So which moment is this?
Thank you, Sandra.
Thank you for being here.
It's a deciding moment in the fate of world affairs, because we are faced between a coalition of hate, a coalition of, I call it darkness, which is a jihadist coalition, which emanates from Tehran with its proxies in Lebanon, in Gaza, of course, by Hamas, in Yemen with the Houthis, and of course spreading Islamic fundamentalist jihadism all over the world. If Israel weren't there, then Europe will be next, and the United States are for sure next, because they call the United States the big Satan. And that is why...
Man, these devils are funny, man. You know, these devils... They control the Western media so they can push whatever type of propaganda or fear mongering that they would like. But the truth of the matter is, you have protests going on these universities, you know, with young people, because they know the truth about what's going on with this whole Israel-Palestine thing. And, you know, people are very outspoken against the small hats, and for good reason, because they, you know, they're pretty much the ones that started this whole thing. You know, they pretty much inserted themselves in a land that wasn't them, and then went to the extra lengths to oppress and you know, delete people that are innocent, that don't have nothing to do with, you know, Zionism or, you know, their political escapades, man. You know, like right now as we speak, they over there bombing innocent women, children, and the elderly, you know, but they so-called declare war on Hamas. But yet, you know, where are the Hamas hostiles being attacked and dropped off like civilians? So we know that Hamas was used as a boogeyman to go into the you know, Gaza Strip, because now, you know, there's oil that has been discovered in the Gaza Strip, and in order for the Israelis to seize that resource, they need to get them Palestinians out the way. This is why they issued a decree that all Palestinians in the Gaza Strip need to flee to Egypt, but yet they blocked off the path for them to get to Egypt. So now it's a bottleneck. You know, now they over there bombing you know, hospitals, and they bombing schools, you know what I'm saying, placing car bombs all over the place. So it's a complete mess in that land. But this is what the devil do, man. Okay, whenever he wants something, he's not going to work it out with you diplomatically. He's going to go in there with what? The force of the sword. Okay, Genesis 27, 39 and 40. Okay, by the sword shalt thou live. This is what Esau do. This is the only way in which he knows how to live, man. All right, this is his blessing, the sword. So now the fact that the world is against him, the wicked is being exposed. Now they need to rally together and say, you know, we need to fight this anti-Sem activity, but yet you're not stopping what you're doing. OK, you're not repenting of the evil that you have done. And as a matter of fact, you're actually increasing in your wickedness. You see, so all of this so-called anti-Sem spirit that's in the earth is really the spirit of the Lord that's against the wicked, man. You see what I'm saying? That's against the synagogue of Satan, because when you go back to all of the problems that exist within the planet Earth. It all goes back to one source, okay, and that's the wicked Esau Edom. You know, it don't matter, what tribe, which the tribe of Edom that has the most money and influence and resources to make their desires, happen, are the Amalekites. The so-called JOOs. So we understand what's really at play here, and the earth is against the devil, okay? As it is written, the heavens shall reveal his iniquity, and the earth shall rise up against him, and that the joy of the hypocrite is before a moment. So when he comes out, as president of, Israel, I guess, he said, we are at a deciding moment in world affairs. Really what he's saying is we're really scared as hell because we're being exposed at every corner, and we can't control the narrative no more. That's really what he's saying in all this. But good, because this is really the spirit of the Lord revealing this devil and bringing him down. Okay. So move on here. Papua New Guinea volcano erupts, and Japan says it's assessing a possible tsunami risk to its lands. So more plagues and scourges from the Lord that we're seeing happen this year. Okay, and pursuant to the book of 2nd Ezra, the 16th chapter, this is what? The increase of the birth pains, you see? And I'll go there real quick, because the narrative is in mainstream media that all of what you're seeing with the wild weather, all these volcanoes erupting simultaneously, mass deletions of people, that this is all due to climate change, you know what I'm saying? But they not really going to tell you what it is, because if they do come out with the truth, then it's going to be realized that, people need to repent, man, that these things are happening because of people's wickedness. But they're not going to tell you the truth because they want you to stay in wickedness and to rebel against the Most High, to anger the Most High even more, 2nd Ezra 16 and 37. Behold, the plagues draw nigh and are not slack, as when a woman with child in the 9th month bringeth forth her son with 2 or 3 hours of her birth. Great pains compass her womb, which pains when the child cometh forth, they slack not a moment. Even so shall not the plagues be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side. So we seeing the earth in a state of sorrow. Okay, Yahweh Shah said that all these are the beginning of sorrow. So if people, if this is only the beginning, and people are already in a state of sorrow, then how much more, when we're at the end of sorrows, man? How is the earth going to look at that point where the scriptures tell you that the earth going to be tore up once all these plagues come to pass, right? The volcano in Papua New Guinea erupted on Monday, and the Japan Meteorological Agency said it was assessing a possible risk of a tsunami for a Japanese coast. So you see that the Lord is jacking these heathen nations up. Everywhere they look is terror, And it says in Nahum 1 and 3 that what? The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm. So the judgment of the Lord is in full effect. Okay, and I've been bringing it out in past lessons that these judgments are going to get to a point where it's not even going to be a thought to think of this is climate change. Nah, people going to know that this is the wrath of the Lord. Okay, the heathen, they already know. You know what I'm saying? But it's going to get to a point to where nothing else is going to make sense, because you're going to be having so many calamities happen at the same time. This has to be nothing else but the judgment of God, okay, as the world would say, right? Nahum 1 and 1, the burden of Nineveh, the book of the vision of Nahum the Elkoshite. Yahweh is jealous, and the Lord revengeth. The Lord revengeth and is furious. The Lord will take vengeance on his adversaries as he reserve wrath for his enemies. This the point here in verse 3. The Lord is slow to anger and great in power, and will not at all acquit the wicked. The Lord hath his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, and the clouds are the dust of his feet. He rebuketh the sea, and maketh it dry, and drieth up all the rivers. But Bashan languisheth, and Carmel and the flower of Lebanon languisheth. So you see, the Lord has his way in the whirlwind and in the storm, in the earthquakes, and the tornadoes, and the tsunamis. Okay, the Lord has his way in all these things, man, because this is his judgment. You see?
Different volcanoes around the world are erupting at the same time right now. That's according to the Smithsonian's Global Volcanism Program. From Mexico to Japan to Italy, there are active volcanoes all over the world. And in Iceland, evacuations have been ordered in the southwestern part of that country as officials there are warning that a volcano could erupt within the next few days. Hundreds of small earthquakes have rattled that part of Iceland in recent days, signaling a looming eruption. For more on what's going on, we're joined now by Dr. Andrew Calvert, who heads up the California Volcano Observatory in Menlo Park. Thank you for the time today. So let's start with the broad question. Is there anything unusual about having so many volcanoes erupting at the same time worldwide?
Yeah, there really isn't. There are volcanoes all over the world. We've got some in California. We've got them up and down the West Coast.
And you see how the devil do, man. He said that there's nothing unusual about all these volcanoes going off at the same time. Now, I just want to ask this. You know, I'm 26, right? So I'm a young man. I've never in my life, witnessed this much calamity happen in the planet Earth. And I'm sure even, people that's older than myself can attest to the same thing. Yeah, you've had volcanoes erupt, you've had earthquakes, but you've never seen it like this, to the point where everything is happening simultaneously. See, this is a new thing that's being brought into the earth by Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai. And you'll have this man, okay, which he just straight up bold-faced lied, okay, which once again, this is what the devil do, man. That there's nothing unusual about this, that there's nothing to worry about. The show must go on. Continue to live in your wickedness. Continue to live in your, ignorance. Continue to rebel against the Most High. There's nothing to worry about here. This is normal. Volcanoes go off all the time. This is climate change. This is what they tell you. This is what the devil do, man, to deceive you. You see, they're not going to tell you that. Hey, you know what? The Bible says that judgments will come upon the earth, and that this is due to people's wickedness. People need to repent. They need to, stop their wickedness and, come back unto obedience unto the Most High. See, but the devil, he's not going to tell you that. See, he's going to tell you what you want to hear. He's going to tell you that it's still a sunny day. Life is only going to get better. Everything is cool. But see, this is why the scriptures say, man, when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction. And those that are aided, the scriptures also say that the simple believeth every word. So if you're not even in tune with this, with the spirit of the Lord, things like this, you gonna believe it. All right. Which majority of people, of the world, they believe this narrative. Let's continue.
Typically have volcanoes erupting in Alaska most of the time. There are a couple of going right now. It is just a time when there are a substantial number of volcanoes that are in populated places that are gathering attention, really.
On average, how long do volcanoes continually erupt?
Well, volcanoes are really episodic. They will be quiet much of the time, most of the time, and then they will often have a period of tens or hundreds of years. Or
Esau, Edom, the devil that the Bible speaks of. How you know that the devil is lying? Their lips is moving. All right. So we don't need to see no more of this devil spread his lies no more, man, because this is why the Lord he gonna destroy the Edomites, man. The cold part about it is there's even other Edomites that are exposing people like this because they just pushing straight up lies and falsehood. And this is crazy because this is an individual that in the world, you know, like I'm pretty sure he got a PhD, like he's a scientist. That this would be regarded as a wise man in this world, right? But what do the scriptures say about the wisdom of this world? Okay. Okay, the scriptures say that the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto the Most High, right? First Corinthians 1:20. Where is the wise? Where is the scribe? Where is the disputer of this world? Has not Yahweh made foolish the wisdom of this world? Yeah, Khan. You see, the wisdom of this world is foolishness unto the Most High. See, verse 19. For the wisdom of this world is foolishness with Yahweh. For it is written, He taketh the wise in their own craftiness. Okay, so these devils, man, you know, when they speak and they say that there's nothing to worry about, you know, volcanoes always go off simultaneously, earthquakes always happen like this, even though you yourself know that that's not the case, you know, because we're in a time of heightened calamities around the earth, man, you know. And this guy, people listen to him, I'm pretty sure this dude is atheist, you know what I'm saying? But he basically gonna tell you once again there's nothing to worry about. These things are regular, you know. You shouldn't be worried about it, because ultimately, you know, they want people to continue in their wickedness, man. You know, and this is how the devil will set you up. See, this is why we tell our people that you need to come out of this world, man, because this world don't have nothing to offer you. You know how many people in this world actually believe in the narrative of climate change? You ask the average person, do they believe in climate change? They're going to tell you, yeah. They're not going to tell you that what they see going on is the wrath of the Lord. You know what I'm saying? Even Christians will, you know, believe in climate change, man. See? So let's move on here. Right? UK government quietly confirms it will no longer publish deletions by Capri Sun status. Now, I'm not going to get into it, but I wonder why all of a sudden, you know, they're not going to publish this information. Well, those that are in the know, we know why this is, okay? That's all I gotta say. But this is why the scriptures say to never trust thine enemy. All right, to give not your strength unto things that are unprofitable, man, because the devil, he's only out for one thing. Okay, what did Yahweh Shai say? The thief cometh not but to steal, to kill, and to destroy. I am come that they might have life and more abundantly. So who is that thief, man? That thief is Esau Edom. Okay, all of the wickedness that's happening in the planet Earth is, once again, it's all coming from one source. All right, and again, they're not going to repent. They're not going to tell you the truth, and they're going to continue to destroy more people. All right, and if you're a Jake and you still believe in this system, and despite the evidence, despite what the men of the Lord are saying, if you still continue to scoff and scorn against the words of Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, then may you be destroyed, man. All right, because the fact that you can't see who your true enemy is, the Lord more than likely got destruction set up for you already. All right, but yeah, man, just more, you know, more of the devil trying to cover his tracks, okay? Because really, they want to make it seem like this whole, you know, CV thing just never happened. You know, they now they're actually scrubbing a lot of the propaganda that was pushed during the CV. You know, all the commercials and all the, you know, really witchcraft, you know, mind control that they was pushing on the people. Now they trying to scrub the internet free of that stuff. so that they can give themselves a reasonable doubt, give themselves a plausible deniability. But at the end of the day, man, the Lord sees everything. The Lord taking track of everything, and these devils, they final judgment is coming, man. Okay, their day is coming. Moving on here, VR expert says metaverse sex will soon become the norm. All right, so another agenda of the world banking elites. All right, they want to completely take you out of reality. Okay, this is why social media is so big. In today's time, people really live their lives through social media, through a phone, through an app. You see? And if it's not on that app, to them, it ain't really real. Okay, this is why you got females now that say, oh, if my boyfriend don't post me on IG, he don't really love me like that. I want to be shown off. Well, damn, he can't show you off in public. He can't show you affection in the real world. It has to be on social media. So really, all this social media stuff, is good as a medium to push the truth, but it's also very bad because it is taking the minds of the people. See, it is taking people away from what's really real and what really matters, man. You see? And this is why, they actually about to give people metaverse sex. You see, complete folly and madness, man. You see? But again, these people in this world are reprobate, okay? They're completely reprobate, man. These people are through and finished to the highest degree. You see? And that's how you know that we in the last days, because, wickedness has increased in the earth greatly, right? I want to go to Romans. Let's flow with the spirit and go to Romans 1. All right. Let me jump down to 26. Romans 1 and 26. Matter of fact, hold on. Let me start at 24. It says, wherefore Yahweh also gave them up to uncleanness through the lust of their own hearts, to dishonor their own bodies between themselves, who changed the truth of Yahweh into a lie, and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator, who was blessed forever. Amen. For this cause Yahweh gave them up unto vile affections. Okay, being inserting yourself into virtual reality, metaverse sex is a vile affection. All right. As a man or as a woman, why would you not desire to, as the Lord commanded, to be fruitful and multiply? See, Esau has so much taken the minds of the people to where he got you wanting metaverse sex, to where I was on X looking at some news, and actually a survey came out and said that majority of Gen Z, I'm not even sure what age group Gen Z is in, but the Gen Zers, they were more less sociable. They were higher, more prone to anxiety and panic attacks, which is really demons. You know what I'm saying? And that the men, the demographic of Gen Z men, they're more interested in watching sexually explicit videos on their phones and actually talking and dealing with women. So this this last generation is completely through, man. Hey, here it is. This will soon become the norm. This is what they want. Look at this. We'll replace P apps and websites within 10 years. So instead of going on your phone and, going to whatever website you like now, you can just put on a headset and I guess you can feel the real, I don't even know how this thing work, man, but this is why we got to get up out of here, because, at this point it's just unbearable to be around these people. All right. Now, why do the Lord do this to people? Romans 1 and 28. And even as they did not like to retain Yahweh in their knowledge. You scoff and you scorn against the word. All right. You choose to believe in the devil and the narrative that he is pushing unto you. You know, you don't, you do not seek after Yahweh, man. That's majority of the people in this world, including 2/3 of our own people. Yahweh gave them over to a reprobate mind to do those things which are not convenient. Verse 29, being filled with all unrighteousness, fornication, wickedness, covetousness, maliciousness, full of envy, murder, debate, deceit, malignity, whisperers, backbiters, haters of Yahweh, despiteful, proud, boasters, inventors of evil things, disobedient to parents without understanding, covenant breakers without natural affection, implacable, unmerciful, who knowing the judgment of Yahweh, that they which commit such things are worthy of death, not only do the same, but have pleasure in them that do them. So this right here, this is a wicked and unrighteous invention, man. Okay, and this comes from who? The devil, Esau, Edom. You see, Elon Musk and Bill Gates, they all in on this, man. And this is really for the purpose of what? For mind control. You see, Esau loves the idea that he can control people through a damn headset. That people, and also this goes into the whole carbon footprint thing, right? Because in this NWO, which they looking to bring about, they don't even want you having sex. They're actually going to track you. This is what they have in their imagination, that they're going to track you, how many times a day you have sex, how long you having sex and all this stuff, man. So now they want you to have metaverse sex that ain't even real. Okay. And this is also how they're going to maintain humanity below 500 million or at 500 million. Okay. The less people that have sex, they can control the population better. So truly, Esau, Edom is the devil that the Bible speaks of. All right. He is the man of sin. He is the son of perdition, the vessel of wrath, created for destruction. Okay. Sam Hall, managing director of Mixed Reality Rooms, believes people will lean into convenience like they did with dating apps, saying that in the next decade, people from all walks of life will choose to strap on their VR headsets to avoid the effort or the risk that can be associated with in-person sex. Okay, this is, this also goes into why on social media platforms, like you seeing all this, contention and back and forth between women and men, which, a lot of it, there is a lot of truth to it, but at the same time, the way that it's being done is kind of like, to make men or women, vice versa, hate each other to the point where it's like, I don't even want to deal with women no more. You know what I'm saying? I just want to, deal with my headset. You know what I'm saying? Cut on the headset and I can get off like that. So they really try and break down human interaction as a whole. So, Esau, we know that he infiltrates everything, and tries to get what he wants out of it. Okay, which again is control over your mind, your body, and ultimately over your spirit. So check this out. He added that people will be able to live out all their sexual fantasies as the metaverse has no limit. So pretty much in the metaverse, okay, you can be as freaky and as wicked and as depraved as you want to be, because you don't even got to do it with a real person. This is pretty much all through a headset, all through your imagination. He also suggested that VR headsets will be more accessible in the next decade, phasing out P apps and websites just like the two did to magazines. And when this happens, we will reach a point where VR sex toys and multi-sensory VR with smells will become a new normal. Yo, this is wicked as hell, man. Like, hey, again, this is Esau Edom. You see, this is Esau Edom, man. Truly, this man is truly the devil. that the Bible speaks of, man? Satan. All right. Okay, we can get off of this. That's enough of that. Yo, man, these people's bugged out their damn minds. You see? Okay, more MOTB news. Australia officially bans cash and mandates kill Gates' digital passport to participate in society. So, we don't even really have to get into this. It's just every day there's more news on this, cashless society coming into full fruition. You losing your rights. Basically the MOTB Revelation 13 to 16. Okay, this is also going to plug into the Neuralink. And, people going to get the RFID chip in their right hand or in their forehead. Okay, this technology is already available. Elon Musk said they about to start doing human trials for the Neuralink brain chip. Okay, which, by the way, I believe they said tens of thousands of people have actually lined up to receive that. So, yeah, man, we in some very perilous times. The devil, once again, know that he has a short time, so he got to come with more madness, more enchantments. Okay, just more bullshit, pretty much. You know what I'm saying? To where he can get off his fantasy of being God on earth. But what he don't realize is that just when he's about to fill his belly, the Lord is going to raise up his standard against this red devil, and slack you. And he's going to be disappointed. All right, he's not going to be able to fully realize his NWO because the Lord is going to stop his ass when he thinks that he has accomplished what he set out to accomplish. All right, so just keep on, watching out for news pertaining to the MOTB. A cashless society. Mandate. Okay, notice they throwing that word around a lot. Mandate. Okay, cash is banned. And this is in Australia. Okay, now we know during the CV, they had locked down Australia hardcore. They actually had camps set up in in Australia for all those who would not receive the Capri Sun. And the same thing is going to happen in America. It's going to happen in Europe. It's going to happen all over because this is what the devil has planned. But through it all, we have to maintain our faith and be, 10 toes down for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua and endure to the end that we may see salvation and witness the destruction of our enemies. So with that, I'll go ahead and end this lesson here. Hopefully it was edifying through the Rakah Kadash and closing call Allah. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua Bashim Rakah Kadash. And until next time, Shalom unto the elect.